Like honestly, if I'll ever pick a jam, this song is it. And you're tuning into the 3FM Drive on 3FM 92.7.
Can I show you a dance? Are you ready?
And it's now time to get into trends and ENT. And Akorfa is here. Hi, Akorfa.
What's up?
First and foremost, I need to understand why the weather is acting up. Like, rains don't come this early. I'm seeing dark clouds. How are we having dark clouds on the 9th of January?
Well,
What's in the climate change is going on?
because we are experiencing lots of heat and we can't die. We cannot die.
No,
so the rain should come.
I think
you're part of the people I was ranting about on my WhatsApp yesterday. So I saw a few people post that it rains in January.
Why is it
And I'm
coming?
like, y'all should just shush already. Have you seen what's happening outside? No. We need it. We need it to come down. Give us some form of like cool air.
Why rain?
If
If it's raining now, then what is going to happen in March and in April and in May and in June and July?
more rains.
This one that was raining in November.
More rains.
November it was raining.
More.
December, it almost seems to be raining.
More.
I'm tired.
We need more rains. We need more.
We don't.
The system is hot.
We don't need more
The
rain.
system is hot. We need it. We need it.
Because honestly,
We need it.
literally, like you plan and you know that January is dry.
Why would you
So-
plan like that though?
No, but it's always been.
No, but AJ,
you know that you can do any event outside because it's dry. In February, it's a bit more
okay,
tricky.
so you're thinking about your events. That's what you're thinking about. Now,
because you can
see.
you
Now
can
I
plan,
understand
you can
the
plan
right.
yourself with
Now
it.
I understand.
But now it's like if February hasn't even come, you now have to look for indoor places. Like what kind of shit is that?
get canopies, do indoors and make it beautiful.
Wow.
And you know you can pull it off. So I don't even understand where this is coming from. Yes,
No.
it should rain. No, it should rain.
Rain,
I'm
go
all for
away.
the rain. I'm all for
Rain,
the rain.
rain, go away.
Because see, the kind of heat I'm experiencing, I'm all for the rain.
Me, I don't
lie.
want it.
It should happen. It should happen. But let's start the story of very interesting debates happening on the timelines. That's because Ghana Police Service officer is reaching out to a local radio station for assistance in recovering 15,800 Ghana cedis. Yes. So he reportedly paid this amount to a civilian identified as Francis Nsia, popularly known as Akwes, for a car part order placed in 2023, which was supposed to be procured from Dubai but was never delivered. And on the timelines, people are like, okay, we go to you, the police, to help us solve some of these problems, to help us catch thieves, make sure that our roads are safe, we're safe in the night, and every other thing that you believe the police does. And then we find you at a radio station pouring your heart out. It's like, why ain't you a bit to me? He can't find the guy and he can't get his money. So I think he felt like that was his last resort, sort of. And the timelines are like, there's something really off about this story. Because as a policeman, at least they believe in cover, so yeah, and they checks, background and all of that. But for him not to just do any of that and believe this guy, something is going on. And I say, see, apparently, I'm not saying that is his case, but people share stories of how strangely they let go of their belongings when they meet certain people. And I think that sometimes there's a catchphrase that they're looking at or something like that. And I praise to God, being me that though, but I someone I knew shared an experience, and I felt that it was nothing but that. I think she met the person, they were speaking, and then the next thing she got to the car and she couldn't find her phone, and she's like, I didn't even realize I had given my phone to this person. Yes, and apparently sometimes I hear say there's a catch like word. So if I say hello, good afternoon, and maybe the phrase is afternoon. So the moment you say afternoon, I think that the thing works. Now I'm like, okay. Yeah. But I don't think that's what his situation is. I'm just thinking that maybe it's either the order has delayed and the guy probably is not responding or picking up his calls, and so this is, his last resort. And people are not too happy on the timelines. They're like, we don't get why a police person should go this route, because information won't sound like that.
As in, you know all the people. Your people can just sort it out in a jiffy.
Yeah, I think that's where the problem is. But yeah, it's causing some people sharing their thoughts on that on social media. Others are like, well, even if he's a policeman, anything can happen, and so we should just let's see how it goes at the end of the day. But the video, while he's narrating the story, is on the timeline. It's a very long video though, but knowing me, I took my time. Like that, I watched the video. So that is happening over there. And we've got Black Sheriff trending as well because he has new music out and he's calling it January 9, and because today is his birthday as well. And when you listen to the song, is talking about the fact that he feels the pressure, not that he's complaining or anything of that sort, but it sort of comes with the territory that he finds himself in. He's also appreciative of where he's been so far and hoping to get more amazing strides and get more feats come his way as well. And then that's a photo of it. I think it's called 9. There were 9 balloons or some things be on his social media. His way of letting us know that there's going to be new music and it's already out as well. And so people are soaking it, they're loving it as usual, and that is happening. And members of the Coalition of Aggrieved Customers of Men's Gold, known as CACM, they have reiterated their commitment to prosecution of owner of the defunct gold dealership company, Nanapia Mensa, known as Namwa. Why are you laughing, EJ? So this was contained in a statement that was dated today, that is January 9, and signed by the Public Relations Officer and Convener, Mr. Fred Forson. Now, a part of it says, we are solidly backing decision by the Attorney General and Minister of Justice and Director of Public Prosecutions to pursue justice for men's gold customers. And yes, as I mentioned, a part of the press statement stated or read. Now, people on the timelines sharing their thoughts are like, they believe it's been a long time. Like, they don't see how. I said we're not getting to the bottom of this situation anytime. So especially also he gave us some amount of money as well to be giving back to a few of the people that were affected, and the money ended up going to, I think that the police gave the money to either Office of the Special Prosecutor or something. They gave it to somebody. Oh, Controller and Accountant General, right? Yes, I think that's what they did. And now they're like, okay, so if this is the situation, how do we get our monies back? Because despite some Ghanaians thinking that, well, some of these people were greedy and that's how they got affected, other people also believe that at the end of the day, the systems or the authorities that were supposed to ensure that the warnings or whatever they were giving came in way earlier, so people can, be vigilant enough, didn't come as early, enough, and so people expected. So you can't really blame them like that, especially when say getting money, in our system is quite hard. So if you share an offer with me and I feel it's enticing enough and it's something I can work with, you can't blame me if I jump onto it. And so that conversation is also happening on the timelines. And finally, before I go, Jonathan Majors is speaking for the first time after
the Coretta thing.
Excuse me, what?
He called Megan Good his Coretta king.
Oh shoot! I don't think that was supposed to happen. No, but when first off, when I saw that he was going to grant an interview, I was like, it's too early. I think it's too early.
Yes, but perhaps he wants to put his truth out there.
But do you think he's done that though? Is it because the headline
have been arrested.
The headline says, "I was reckless with her heart, not her body."
That one is true. He broke the girl's heart,
but not
yet.
Now
I'm trying to create an impression that he was domestically abusing, but he wasn't. He actually, from the footage and everything, the evidence that we saw.
Yeah, the one about when he running away from her. I saw
and
that.
He tried not to indulge in it, but then she now came to his house, slept over, hurt herself in his house. And then when the police came, they arrested him thinking he had done it, but he had just literally walked into the space.
And then he's also talking about the fact that it's affecting his life, the fact that he's not also seen the daughter in a while, and he's looking forward to appealing the misdemeanor third-degree assault charge that they've placed. I think in second-degree harassment as well. And no, that one he was acquitted of, but the one about misdemeanor third-degree is what he will be appealing. And so people are sort of reacting to the...
But interesting news hitting the timelines now. It seems Tiwa Savage may have sued Davido. And
okay.
So, it says to the command, not sued, actually she's considering taking legal action against him. So urgent intervention required, threat of assault and grievous bodily harm by Mr. David Adeleke.
Oh no.
I am writing to bring to your attention a distressing situation involving myself, Tiwa Tope Omolara Savage, popularly known as Tiwa Savage, and Mr. David Adeleke, popularly known as Davido. On the 23rd of December, I made a post which included myself and Sophia Mumudu on my Instagram, a feature on Instagram which allows you to put up a post for 24 hours. And Mr. David Adeleke sent messages to my manager, who's also part of his management team, that I shouldn't worry and should never say a word to him, and I was taunting him, uttering very disrespectful, malicious and derogatory words to my person. I responded to Mr. David Adeleke's message and told him not to reach out to me, especially as I feel like I have been there for him and his daughter, Imadi, and more importantly, when he lost his son. The events of that day have also led to a barrage of calls and messages from our mutual connection, asking me what I did to Mr. David Adeleke, and that he's upset I chose to maintain a relationship with Imadi's mum, Sophia Mudu, who he's having issues with, and also painting the exchange to look like I was the aggressor. He also told our mutual connections to warn me to be careful in Lagos because he's going to F me up.
Okay.
This is beginning to feel like some form of online and offline harassment, not just to me, but to members of my team. The actions of Mr. David Adeleke are unethical and can be viewed as a direct threat to my right to life, privacy, and dignity as a person, as guaranteed in Chapter 4 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And goes on to list a few more details and says that I therefore would like to make a complaint to the Lagos State Police and state that the event that anything untoward or harmful to happen to me or my member of my family, I would like members of the Nigerian police force to hold Mr. David Adeleke responsible. I am available to answer any questions, provided my additional information regarding this matter. Please find screenshots of my exchange. Thank you in anticipation for your prompt response and attention to this matter. And is sent to the Commissioner of Police for Lagos State Police Command in Ikeja. That is developing breaking news on the timelines. As well, the TB Joshua documentary is stirring up a lot of fire.
We were talking about that yesterday.
Yeah, it's I'm yet to go through everything
myself.
As I saw watching yesterday, last night, I'm in episode 1. I am like halfway through episode 1.
Okay.
It's very, very interesting. Very, very. I'm finding quite enlightening some of the things. I'm not sure where I stand on the allegations yet. I think I believe some of them. But I'll wait to finish the entire thing.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are also asking that some of the comments that people are sharing, they should make sure that they are done watching the entire thing
beforehand.
Before they can comment.
Or at least speak once you're done watching.
I think so
don't take the snippets on social media to mean anything.
I think so too.
But then it seems quite damning.
Yes. And Giovanni and I landed on this thing that we've been saying for a while now, that know God for yourself. So that you don't really get shocked and surprised and a little bit misled when the people you're thinking
idolize.
Yes, do what you're not thinking they'll do. And so, Charlie,
one thing I've realized is that men of God are first and foremost men.
Men is the exact words Giovanni used yesterday.
And then they do a lot of shady things. I have unfortunately, I've been in situations where I've seen men of God in their true state.
Oh gosh.
I've heard conversations among men of God and realized very quickly how I should not idolize them, as they are first and foremost men before anything else.
Right.
They do not all of them live the purity that we hope that they do. But then again, they are men. And at the end of the day, they will put their what akunta with God.
Yeah.
And I in no way stand to judge anybody.
Yeah.
But I do believe that do not idolize the men of God.
Yeah.
Like, if you idolize anyone, idolize God. Use them as vessels to understand the word of God better. But don't make them stand in demigods for God.
For God.
And I think that's the one thing that a lot of us do.
Yeah.
We'll idolize the men so much, and we will do anything for a man of God. We'll give our life possessions. We will give our families up. We will follow them for everything they
where,
say.
The people started sharing stories where sometimes, the people they call, like, their pastors and their spiritual leaders go like, oh, I don't think you should marry this person. I don't think you should be with this person. And then they actually do go ahead and
they follow and then stop.
Because I think they believe
but when
that's what happened.
When you've not heard from God.
From God himself speaking. So, yeah.
Because one thing, I haven't heard God speak to me, but I feel it. And then it's like your senses direct you, and that to me is how God is speaking to me. When I know certain things are supposed to align, it aligns without any stress.
That's true.
When things are not meant to be, it's very stressful. So that's the one thing. That's the way I know that this is not meant to be, or this will be. When it's meant to be, I don't have to fight for it. It just aligns. And you just feel it in your spirit. But I think too many of us don't listen to our inner spirit, and we listen to what people say, and then we end up being a few years later in a documentary like this. Charlie.
Yeah.
We're not saying don't go to church and don't do all
please,
that.
that's
do all of
a
that.
huge disclaimer.
But then
Yeah,
make sure that you don't replace your God with the man of God.
Yes.
Don't worship them.
That's the bottom
They are
line.
men.
Yeah, that's the bottom line. Yeah.
You'll be disappointed, like a lot of his members are.
Yeah, a lot of them are, Charlie. I'm going to watch the entire thing as well.
Yes, today they are finished it all. Today I finish it all.
But anyways, that's it for the Trends and ENT.
Yep. Thank you so much, Akorfa. Of course, you can get interaction.